Do you advertise? Because we get a ton of patients from our website. Um, not a ton, but we get a good percentage of them that come in as leads. Would you advertise a new patient special publicly like that? Because I'm getting a bunch of I'm getting passive marketing that's bringing them in right now. We're getting a
Well,
hits on
remember,
Facebook.
it should disproportionately shift from cold calls to warm calls and leads to introduction marketing. The problem, doctors don't shift. They keep doing the cold call marketing promotions. And you want to get away from that and you want to get to what's called the warm lead introduction, because that's higher quality. It's no cost, higher quality.
I know. Yeah.
So that's why you need to look at your percentage of new patients and go, your proactive new patients, it should be a minimum of 50%. You'll have if it's under 50, you'll have problems. It should be at least 70%. In other words, business that you created, you didn't use advertising to get, because that's where the quality's at. It's not in the advertising. Matter of fact, I'm glad you said that. I got a client that's headed into trouble right now because when he started with me, it was all cold call advertising, and then he got his business up and going, and he had good referrals, and then he started doing Facebook marketing. So he started getting a lot more new patients with Facebook marketing. So guess what he stopped doing?
That's exactly where I'm at.
And he stopped doing the quality stuff. So now he's getting bad quality patients.
That's where I'm at. That's
You
why I'm
can't do
asking.
that.
That's why I'm asking.
Can't do that. And now the quality of your practice is going down, even though your new patients are coming up.
Right. That's why I'm wondering should we
Well,
with
where
keep it
you're
up
at,
because it's working. You know, you don't stop what's working.
you need to do two things. Number one is you got to finish your layout and structure so you can see the more volume. That's your number one problem is your space and labor right now. You outgrew your past space and labor.
Right.
So you got to get that straightened out as fast as you can. Then I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, but I'm going to look at the statistics. I'm not going to remember. I don't guess. I don't say, I think, oh, we're getting a lot of new patients from our website. I don't do that. I'm going to go to the statistics and I'm going to look at real numbers. But that's what you want to pay a lot of attention to is when you look at these new patients, you need to look at the quality of them now. Because remember, I'd rather have lower volume and higher quality than higher volume, lower quality.
Me too. Yeah.
So that's why you got to look at your statistics and go, wait a minute, we are out of proportion with low quality patients here. Then you have to say to yourself, now the marketing's good if it works, right? That's good. But you got to go, have we stopped doing the high quality stuff because we're naturally getting low quality? And that's usually what happens. The doctors stop doing the educational sales, the referrals, and all that stuff. And now their practice starts shifting toward lower quality patients. So number one with you is you got to get your structure in place first. Number two, look at your true statistics. And here's what I would be doing because I know your numbers. I'm leaving the discount marketing alone. I'm now going to pay a lot of attention to the internal marketing, the warm leads, and the introduction marketing.
Yeah, our statistics was 30 of the 50 new patients on the statistical analysis, 34 of them were either cold call or passive marketing, and the other ones was active.
34%?
34 out of 50. So that's
more than 30. That's over 50%.
68% was cold call or passive.
Well, but see, that's not good because if it's 68, that means 30. You only have a 32% active referrals.
Yeah. We gotta get on it.
That's not good. Well, the good news is you got business coming in, but the bad news is if that business wasn't coming in and you were at 32%, you'd be having a lot of problems.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave the discount marketing alone and in place, because you still need to come up to 400 visits. Your problem is your structure and your layout. Then I'm going to make sure we look at the statistics and go, wait a minute, we got to take this from 32% at least as a bare minimum 50% minimum, and you want to target 70%. And that's the higher quality patient. And then there you go. That's what I'd do.